Your toddler's nap could be screwing up his bedtime, or his no nap could be screwing up his bedtime. My name is Marcela Collier. I am your Parenting with Understanding coach, and today I'm going to be breaking it down for you, age by age, from 1 to 2 years old, and from 2 years old to 3.5 years old. So you learn what your child's sleep requirements are during the day, so bedtime doesn't get screwed up. Because many times when we deal with bedtime stalling, bedtime tantrums, meltdowns, even night wake-ups, it is because the day nap is not meeting the requirement that your child needs at his developmental stage. Today is January 21st, 2021, and tomorrow I have a live workshop, a sleep workshop, that I encourage you to register right now, because you are going to learn the 3 steps to eliminate bedtime battles and multiple night wake-ups. Nap time is a huge influence in your child's quality sleep during the night. However, there are other causes, there are other things, including your responses, the way that you handle nighttime wake-ups and bedtime tantrums, that are making things a little bit rougher, a little bit tougher. And in that workshop, I hired a sleep consultant. She's a sleep specialist, no cry it out method, where she's going to tell you how to develop your child's independent sleep skills so he sleeps all night without waking you up multiple times, without fighting you to go to sleep. The registration link is in the description box. I encourage you to go there because almost all my seats are taken. I have a limited seating in Zoom, so make sure that you reserve your seat. And if you're not able to attend live with me, you can access the replay as well of this workshop, but only if you're registered. Before we move on to the topic, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, because every week you get new content about gentle parenting, parenting with understanding, so you learn to respond to your children's behaviors with what they exactly need. You have a little toddler under 18 months old, and he's been napping twice during the day, in the morning and then the afternoon nap. And he turns 18 months old, and all of a sudden he's fighting the afternoon nap or the morning nap, and you see that he's dropping one nap. Now, this could be a huge thing when it comes to the adjustment and when it comes to his bedtime. And this is why. Because he might willingly go down for the morning nap, and then he will fight the afternoon nap, but because his body is not all the way ready to transition to having just one nap during the day, bedtime is a struggle, because when he gets to bedtime, he's overtired. And overtired children are very hyper, they have a really poor quality of sleep, and he might wake up in the middle of the night. So how do you make sure that you make this transition as smooth as possible so it doesn't screw up bedtime? If you have a child that is in that little transition from 2 naps to 1 nap, how do you do this? What is he used to? He's used to having a morning nap, and he's used to having an afternoon nap. So right now we're trying to mingle those 2 naps. It is a common ground between morning and afternoon. If he goes down for a morning nap, then he's going to be overtired at the end of the afternoon. So what I recommend you to do is to move up his lunch time. So maybe if it is 12:30, to move it up to 11, so he eats lunch, and then offer him an early afternoon nap. This way, when he gets to bedtime, he's not as overtired. And see, test the water, see how he does with that. And if he's still overtired at 8 p.m., at 7:30, 8 p.m., that you start doing the nighttime routine with him, then move up bedtime while he's doing this transition. So he gets used to sleeping right after lunch. When my twins were already well adjusted to 1 nap, it got to a point that they would eat lunch at 12 p.m. and at 1 p.m., 1:30 max, they would go down for a nap, and then it was good. That was their nap during the day. That's what we want them to move towards if your child is dropping 1 nap. What about if you tell him, but he falls asleep on the couch? Sometimes he's so tired he falls asleep before that time that you're telling me. Try to keep him up. Try to keep him up during the morning and then offer him that early afternoon nap. Now, if he just falls asleep completely in the morning, then give him a power nap, maybe a 15-minute nap to take the edge off, and then offer them that regular midday nap. That's for children 1 to 2.5 years old. But what about if you have a 2.5 years old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old that he's been napping throughout the day, and then what you're seeing is that the days that he naps, bedtime is a struggle, or he's fighting bedtime. That's a really great indicator that he's dropping from one nap to no nap. How do you make this adjustment? Remember that your child, because he's overgrowing his naps, that does not mean that his body is fully ready to have no nap during the day. One of my twins, he would fight his nap time. He wasn't a napper. So what I did was, I didn't push him to take a nap. I didn't obligate him, but I used his regular nap time schedule to have him do downtime activities. So he was in his bedroom playing with his toys, no music, maybe reading a book, something that is going to wind him down, that is going to calm him down, and that he's able to regain energy for the rest of the afternoon. Another thing that I did with the one that was fighting nap time, I moved up his bedtime, because I knew if I would have gone with him all the way up until 8 p.m., then it would have been a mess. He would have been overtired. So I moved up his bedtime until he got adjusted to not having naps. Now he's 4.5 years old and he has no nap during the day, and bedtime 8 p.m. is a good time for him. Now, my other twin, when he was outgrowing his naps, if I offered him a nap, he would happily go down to sleep. However, bedtime was a struggle, and that's how I knew he was outgrowing his nap time. Or he would just fall asleep on the couch if I didn't offer the nap, and then bedtime was a struggle. So what did I do? If I know he still goes down for a nap and there is no way for me to avoid that, offer him a power nap. So instead of being a 1.5, 2.5 hour nap as he was when he was 2, now he was having 20-minute nap just to take the edge off, so he is a little recharged and he's not overtired for bedtime. One thing that you have to consider is what your child's sleep requirements are in a 24-hour period. So make sure that he has at least 12 hours of sleep in a 24-hour period. If he doesn't have that during the night, he's going to try to compensate it some way during the day. If he sleeps 12 hours, he's going to compensate that close to bedtime, and it's going to be a struggle. Because if it is that he goes down for a nap at 5 p.m., he's not napping, he's completing his bedtime, or he's starting his bedtime, and then he will wake up for you at 11 p.m., or he will wake up for you really, really early the next day. I'm saying 4.5, 5 a.m., and that's not something that you want. Ain't nobody got time for that. Do you see how important it is to know what the cause of your child's bedtime tantrums, bedtime stalling, nighttime wake-ups are? Because every behavior is the communication of a need. That's the root of parenting with understanding. Instead of responding and reacting to the behavior, go back to bed. What are you doing out here? No, it's time for bed. Wind down. Instead of reacting to the behavior that you see, the hyperactivity, the meltdown, to look beyond the behavior and see maybe he's outgrowing his nap, maybe he's completing his nighttime during the day. Let's adjust things, right? And that's how you respond effectively to your child's behaviors. And that's the core of what I teach. That's parenting with understanding, responding to our children's behaviors from the root, from the needs that they communicate. What about if your child is having a sleep regression? Sleep regressions happen when he was a good sleeper, he will go down for bedtime, no problem, or he would sleep all night, and then now he's waking up in the middle of the night, he's fighting bedtime. There is something going on here. He might be having a toddler sleep regression, and I dedicated a full video about that. That video is this one. I encourage you to go there, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and please let me know, is your child going down for 1 nap, 2 naps, or he's outgrowing his naps? Let me know in the comments. Keep parenting your children with understanding. I'll see you next time. Bye.